Hello YouTube, welcome to the channel. Now then, on today's video we're going to be looking at this. It's the Wltoys WL912-A. Not sure what the -A stands for. It's the bigger brother to the WL911-A that we tested in a previous video. Now I got this off AliExpress. I was on AliExpress the other day. It's a very dangerous place to go, and one of the sites there had it on special offer. You don't see many of them around in the UK. I think it's like the often forgot Wltoys speedboat, but it was on AliExpress for 35 quid plus taxes, which is about sort of 20-25 quid cheaper than I can actually get the thing over here. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to try it. For that money, I'd be stupid not to. That's my excuse to the wife anyway. So yeah, we're going to try this boat today. It is a brushed 390 powered boat. It's a medium sized one. It's about 46 centimeters long approximately. Let's have a quick look at the box anyway. Now it does say down here it's brushless motor. It is not. That is a out and out lie. This thing has a brushed motor in it. It says 35 kilometers an hour. Not sure how accurate that is either. It's probably a load of crap, though in the speed claims on most of these little Chinese RCs. What else have we got? It says 2.4 gig remote control. We've got the nice Wltoys controller with it. We've got a 7.4 volt 2S 1500 milliamp hour battery. Like I said, it's high speed. We'll be the judge of that. Powerful prop and capsize protection, which is very, very important. Anyway, enough waffle. What we want to know is what this thing is like, so I'm going to rip it out of the box. Right then, in the box we've got a set of instructions which contains a sort of rudimentary parts manual as well. We've got a stand, which is very important. I absolutely love these things. We've got a little bag of spares, and we've got a USB battery charger. We've got what looks like a spare prop, a little spanner and a screwdriver. We've got the actual transmitter itself, and this is one of my favourite Wltoys transmitters. It says it's got steering trim and throttle dual rate. They're not, they're just buttons literally to adjust the angle of the rudder, so effectively steering adjustment. It takes 4 AA batteries. You have to supply. Last but not least, I tell you what, before I show the boat, let's put the stand together. And last but not least, we've got the actual boat itself. Now, I must admit, I think this thing looks quite cool. It is a much bigger version of the 911, and I'll just show you here. You can see there the family resemblance. It's just that the 912-A is a much bigger version. It comes with a rubber nose protector, which if you've ever used a boat, these things are absolutely invaluable, especially if you're a novice, or even if you aren't a novice, to be honest. We've got at the back, we've just got a rudder and a prop, nothing spectacular. There's no little trim vanes or turn vanes or anything like that. It's very simple. Just a rudder and a prop, and the rudder is offset, so it should give us a decent turn. I've just noticed on the bottom that there are 2 little prongs poking out. This is for an immersion sensor. This means this boat can only be operated basically when it's in the water, which is great if you've got kids, so they're not going to damage their fingers by accidentally pulling the throttle while holding the boat. Anyway, tell you what, let's get the lid off this thing and have a look underneath. Right, to gain access to the inside, we've only got one cover. It's got a little latch at the back, and I think you have to give it a sharp tug upwards in order to get this cover off, because it's quite stiff. Oh, there we go. It does feel as though you're doing some damage to it, but you're not. Inside, it's very simple. We've got a mini steering servo, 3-wire steering servo at the back. We've got a 7.4 volt 2S lithium ion pack sat there to the side. We've got our 390 brushed motor, and this brushed motor is water cooled. It takes in water underneath at the back, goes all along a plastic tube all around the motor, and is ejected out the side. And the electronics are tucked away at the bow there in a waterproof plastic box, and that is about it really. There is a bit more wiring to the immersion sensor, and I think there's a little sensor or a little nodule on the top there that might tell it when it's inverted, but it's very, very simple, these boats are. There's nothing to them. I must admit, there's plenty of room in here. If you did want to convert it to brushless at some point, I think it would be a right laugh, but I'd want some sort of trim vanes or something on the back. But boats, very simple and very easy to work on. Anyway, let's get this battery charged up and let's go try this thing. Right then, we're outside with the new boat. It's a lovely day here, so go on then mate, nail it. quick as well, really brushed. Oh. Right then, well, we've got it on the bank for 5 minutes. Let's just check the water, see if there's anything in it. It's going pretty well at the moment. Let me just put you down 2 seconds. It's a two-handed operation, is it? Well, there you go, it's dry as a bone, that is again.
Lovely.
That's what we like to see. Thought I'd check the heat as well while we've got the lid off, and it's fairly cool still. Yeah, it's nothing. Yeah, it's alright. I mean, we just ran it in the weeds and got a load of stuff stuck around the prop, so I mean, that's like Gareth pointed out here, it's a good job having these little immersion sensors on these things, because at least when you take them out of the water, you're not going to chop your fingers off. Yeah, yeah, it's true. Let's just check the self-righting. I think if you just give it some power. Well, there you go, super. Right then, back inside with the Wltoys WL912-A. What did we think of it? Well, let's have some pros and cons. As ever, we'll start with the cons first. A couple of times while using the boat, I'm not sure if we had a little bit of a range issue. I mean, it does state 100 metres on the box. A couple of times when we got to about 40-50 metres, it seemed to have a little bit of a control issue. This was cured pretty much by holding the controller in the air, and it sort of reconnected itself, but I'm not sure if there's a little bit of a control issue at greater distances. Next con I've got written down in my list, and it wasn't a major thing, but after we'd run like 7 or 8 packs through it, there did appear a little bit of water in the bottom of the hull. Not a lot. I mean, it is only a single cover on this thing, so it could be a little bit is creeping in past the top cover, or it could be a little bit that's getting in through the prop tube. Not sure, but there was a little bit of water in it. Not much. Another bad point I've got written down on the list is the battery life. It wasn't too bad on the stock 1500 mAh battery. That did seem to last sort of 10 minutes. Towards the end of the test, I did sort of stick a few little lipos through it, roughly about the same capacity. It did sort of burn through those in about 6 to 8 minutes. So battery life, I mean, it does draw some juice, I think. Right, let's have some pros, shall we? And the first thing I've got written down with this is the handling. It's got a nice neutral handling to it. It doesn't do anything daft. It seems to have an equal turn radius via left or right. Some boats you get, they tend to prefer one direction or the other, but this didn't. A nice neutral handling. Went in a straight, it was arrow straight when it was going. A couple of times it seemed to meander off when it wasn't at full speed, but as soon as there was a bit more authority at the rudder at the back, it pretty much went where you pointed it. Second thing I've got written down in my list is the speed. I mean, for a 390 brushed motor, it did go quite well, actually. Like I say, we used the initial lithium ion first, which had a reasonable top speed. Then we put a little lipo in it, and it really did wake it up. It's quite quick, this thing is, for what it is. Third thing on my list, nothing broke, nothing fell off. Like I say, we run about 8 packs through it, didn't have any problems. A little bit of water in it, like I say, but at the end of the day, it kept on ticking. And the safety features worked a treat on this thing. The self-righting was nice and easy. It's basically full back, then full forward, and it flips itself over. Low battery warning alarm, that worked a treat. Just gives you sort of a reduced power until you can get the boat back into shore. And the immersion sensors on the boat, they worked a treat as well. You know what I mean? So obviously you can safely take the boat out of the water and it disengaged the operation of the throttle, so no cut fingers hopefully on your kids. And another thing I liked about this boat was the price. I mean, it's a decent size and it's a sub £40 boat, which isn't very expensive at all. And do you know what? It was genuinely good fun to pilot around. It was quick enough to make it entertaining, handles well enough. It was just really enjoyed using it. Rather than conclusion time, would I recommend the Wltoys WL912-A to you guys? And I'm going to say emphatically yes. I mean, it was good fun to pilot around. It's not an expensive boat. You don't really see much in the way of advertisement for this. It's sort of the forgotten Wltoys boat, but it really is a half decent little boat, to be honest. I mean, the range issue might be the one that might cause you a little bit of consternation, but to be honest, half the time when it's that far out, you can't see the damn thing anyway. So it's nice to keep it sort of within visual range anyway. So that wasn't too much of a problem. So yeah, long story short, yeah, I would recommend this thing. If you found the video of some use and interest, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you're feeling that way inclined, hit that subscribe button. It's a little click for you guys, but it makes a huge difference to the channel. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch you again very soon. Thank you.